Okay. Yeah, I mean, because I was going to say, like, he's going to see what's going on, but I really don't think that's what he would do in such a situation. I think he would freak the F out and take the armor.
I think most people would.
Hello.
In that situation.
What's this? Just get anything he can. As far as magic goes, he doesn't know. He's not skilled in magic, but I'm not going to say that he can't. It's not like Sweeper where he just can't use it for whatever reason. Maybe down the line, if he feels like learning, maybe he could. I'm going to go ahead and put on the armor because it's light armor. It's not what he's good at, but he knows that he's in a layer full of vampires. It's a tight fit, but it's better than nothing. Yeah. So he's going to figure out what is going on. He's got his axe. He feels, without his shield, though, he feels kind of naked.
Yeah.
He's going to take everything he can. Some mead, rubies. Take all this stuff.
Man, this screen share is rough.
All right. The immortal blood. He wouldn't read this now, but he'd take it with him because he's starting to get a sneaking suspicion. Like, I'm going to play him off as he's not... I'm going to try. I'll put it this way. I'm going to try and pull off as he's got a good head on his shoulders. He is a fairly smart guy. He's not a genius by any means, but he's smart enough to realize that, something's not right here. They don't see him as a threat. The only way a vampire wouldn't see him as a threat is if he was a food source, which obviously he wasn't, or he was one of them, and he feels weird. So he's starting to get a very sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach that he may have been turned. Smuggler's Journal. This war isn't good for business as I thought it would be. Sure, the pay is good, but the runs are harder with all the extra soldiers and on the roads, and finding jobs that are worth the risk is difficult. Like our current job, guy hires us to move a bunch of crates with a few questions, so we get the goods here. I take a look in the boxes, and you know what I've gotten myself into. What do you find? Bodies. The bastard has me moving bodies. Well, I'm stripped them of their jewels and gold, so the joke's on him. Yeah, except I think the joke's on you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the good thing is I don't know much about how vampires work in this game, which is great because it means that I'll learn as this guy learns. I remember kind of how they worked in Oblivion, but I really don't remember how they work here.
What mods are you using anyway outside of the alternate start?
Way too many to list. Like 30 some odd mods.
Wow.
I'll say that he has a base level of lockpicking. But not much more. Hello. Can I get that? Why is there a coin purse there? Well, whatever. He's going to get it. They're very well-funded vampires, at least. And they're very dead vampires to boot. All right.
Best kind of vampire.
I'm going to take a torch. Can I take that torch? I can't take that torch. All right. Time to get out. So there were only 2 vampires. He took them down, and it's time to get out. And he's just getting out of here, and he's going to try and regroup later and figure out what's going on. But yeah, like I said, he's starting to think that he may be a vampire. As far as, I know it takes a few days for it to set in. We'll say that he remembers he got sick, obviously, from the bite, and he's been kept in that cave the whole time, and the whole time he's been kind of delirious. So he has flashes and horrible nightmares and fuzzy memories, but this is the first time he's been coherent.
Have you seen Lost Boys, the original?
I think so, a long time ago.
I was going to say, referencing the thing when the main character gets turned, how he kind of has flashes in and out of things happening and going places.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Good movie.
All right.
I think it's good, but I like this kind of movies.
Mud crabs! Mud crabs! Oh my god.
Mud crabs! Oh dear.
Yeah.
Dangerous mud crabs.
He just realized that he just stepped into cold water and he didn't feel it at all. Which means that his fears are he's starting to be pretty sure now that he's a vampire, and now he's gonna just start freaking out. Like, oh my gosh, I'm a vampire.
No, Mark, he doesn't sparkle.
It doesn't sparkle. Soft and damp to the touch, the cape appears to be covered in a living layer of moss. What does it do? Well, he'll put it on. And he's just freaking out. He doesn't really know what to do. He's a vampire. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? What is he gonna... First of all, he's gonna get away from here. And then he'll try and get to a town, maybe an inn, and figure out what to do from there. He doesn't know where he is. He's just gonna kind of stumble around. It's Malachi. Did I not? I'm curious if I misspelled his name, but his name is Malachi. I might not have put an I there where I needed. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not spelling it off the top of my head.
And my game just crashed for some reason.
Yeah, that's Skyrim, unfortunately.
Okay, game crashed. We just loaded it back up. Stamina equals weight. Okay, that's how you determine how much you can carry. I never knew that. All the time I've played, for all the time I've played Skyrim, there's still so much about this game I've never explored or done.
Actually, I've not played a lot of Skyrim. I played here and there, but I never really got. But I mean, I'm not gonna just. That's one of the things where it's like, yeah, it's a good game. My problem is, like, I'll spend like hours modding it and then go, okay, that was fun.
Nah, I can play Skyrim a lot. Actually, I'm going to be taking a break from Skyrim, believe it or not, except for the Iron Man challenge, because I've been playing Squeeper since at least November.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm taking a break from it. I want to try and finish Dawnguard. I got to get that up onto YouTube at some point.
Have you played any of the Dragonborn?
No. The only DLC I've even touched is Dawnguard, and I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
Hello?
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
What are you talking? Are you ill?
I am one of the afflicted. I'd have been dead from this plague a year ago if not for Periite's protection.
Where are you going?
Returning to High Rock. Our shepherd lost his way, and I fear Periite's wrath may consume those who remain with him. Kesh could tell you more. I just want out of Skyrim as quickly as possible.
Okay, then. I don't really, care? Gosh, my character, I don't even know where to start with him. I don't even know where he would start.
Yeah, it's kind of seem to kind of figure out.
I mean, how does one even start going about finding... Well, he's got a book about vampirism. Maybe he can get to an inn or something. Hopefully they won't see... maybe, like, he'll pull his hood down. Oh my gosh, he looks so cool. With his eyes. He'll pull his hood down. And try and figure out where to go. Or maybe not. You know what? Maybe he would be avoiding society right now because he doesn't even know if he looks like a vampire, if he would be attacked on sight.
Maybe find a cave to hide in or somewhere.
Yeah.
Under a bridge.
But he needs equipment. Yeah, I think he'd go here for now and read the book before he goes into town. Maybe try and look at the water and see. Oh, hang on. You need screen share again, don't you?
I'm just watching. The screen share is so choppy and slow. Oh. It's easier just watching on the stream.
Alrighty. So let's read that book. Immortal Blood. The moons and the stars were hidden from sight, making that particular quiet night especially dark. The town guard had to carry torches to make their rounds, but the man who came to call at my chapel carried no light with him. I came to learn that Moravath Pequeen was... Is that a P or a D? It might be D. Dequeen? Could see in the dark almost as well as the light, as an excellent talent, considering his interests were exclusively nocturnal. One of my acolytes brought him to me, and from the look of him, I at first thought he was in need of healing. He was pale to the point of opalescence, with a face that looked like it had once been very handsome before something unspeakable suffering. The dark circles under his eyes bespoke exhaustion, but the eyes themselves were alert, intense, almost insane. He quickly dismissed my notion that he himself was ill, though he did want to discuss a specific disease, vampirism, he said, and then paused at my quizzical look. I was told that you were someone I should seek out for help understanding it. Who told you that? I asked with a smile. Tisana Gray. I immediately remembered her, a brave, beautiful knight who had needed my assistance separating fact from fiction on the subject of the vampire. It had only been 2 years, and I had never heard whether my advice had proved effective. You've spoken to her? How is her ladyship? I asked. Dead, Morvath replied coldly, and then responding to my shock, he added, perhaps to soften the blow, she said your advice was invaluable, at least for the one vampire. When last I talked to her, she was tracking another. It killed her. Then the advice I gave her was not enough, I sighed. Why do you think it would be enough for you? I was a teacher once myself years ago, he said, not in a university, a trainer at the Fighters Guild, but I know that if a student doesn't ask the right questions, the teacher cannot be responsible for his failure. I intend to ask you the right questions. And that he did. For hours he asked questions, and I answered what I could, but I never volunteered any information about himself. Oh, he never volunteered. He never smiled. He only studied me with those intense eyes of his, committing every word I said to memory. Finally, I turned the questioning around. You said you were trained at the Fighters Guild. Are you on an assignment for them? No, he said currently, and finally I could detect some weariness through the feverish eyes of his. I would like to continue this tomorrow night if I could. I need some sleep and absorb this. You sleep during the day, I smiled. To my surprise, he returned the smile, though it was more of a grimace. When tracking your prey, you adopt their habits. The next day, he did return with more questions. These ones were very specific. He wanted to know about the vampires of Eastern Skyrim. I told him about the most powerful tribe, the Volkjar, paranoid and cruel, whose very breath could freeze their victims' blood in their veins. I explained to him how they could live beneath the ice in remote and haunted lakes, never venturing into the world of men except to feed. Morvath de Queen listened carefully and asked more questions into the night until at last he was ready to leave. I will not see you for a few days, he said, but I will return and tell you how helpful the information has been. True to his word, the man returned to my chapel shortly after midnight. 4 days later, there was a fresh scar on his cheek, but he was smiling that grim but satisfied smile of his. Your advice helped me very much, he said, but you should know that the Volkjar have an additional ability you didn't mention. They can reach through the ice of their lakes without breaking it. It was quite a nasty surprise, being grabbed from below without any warning. How remarkable, I said with a laugh. I'm wondering if these are all things I can do. How remarkable, I said with a laugh, and terrifying. You're lucky to have survived. I don't believe in luck. I believe in knowledge and training. Your information helped me, and my skill in melee combat sealed the bloodsucker's fate. I've never believed in weaponry of any kind. Too many unknowns. Even the best swordsmith has created a flawed blade, but you know what your body is capable of. I know I can land 1,000 blows without losing my balance, provided I get the first strike. The first strike, I murmured, so you must never be surprised. That is why I came to you, said Morvath. You know more than anyone alive about these monsters in all their cursed varieties across the land. Now you must tell me about the vampires of Northern Valenwood. I'm not sure this is actually going to help me much. It seems like it's telling me about vampires. Yeah, it's telling about what different vampires can do. Not much needed for the stream here. And then, of course, I've read the book before. Of course, at the end, he was killed because the guy he was seeking advice from was a vampire himself. Okay. So I think that he's decided he is going to go into the town because I'm sure he can look at the water and see that his face is passable if he wears a hood. And of course, the vampires he killed could be passable. So he's going to just have the hood pulled low over his face. He's going to actually, he'll wait until daylight. No, well, yeah, he'll wait until, but he knows vampires don't like the day. So he'll go inside the inn and wait, because he needs to go to the shops when they're open and sell what he can and get what gear he can, and then he doesn't really know from there what to do. because I have no clue what to do. Who would I even begin to talk to about curing vampirism? Let's see if... Hang on a second. Let's see if my journal has any suggestions. Like, maybe he knows something I don't. I hunger, oh how I hunger. It has been, I don't know how long since the last meal. No, that's good. That's not me. No. That's not a quest for me. That's if I wanted to be a vampire or I'd been a vampire for whatever long or whatnot.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Me?
Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh?
Must not be.
That's it. Got to go.
He must be mistaking me for someone else. Wants to introduce himself, wants you to do stuff for him. He has no interest in that right now. Man, now he's gonna get really scared because he doesn't know what happens if he doesn't feed. I think he only has glowing eyes in the dark. I don't think they glow all the time in you know, inside the tavern and stuff. But I mean, what options does he have? He needs to go to stores and buy things.
Is he relatively new to the Skyrim area, or?
No.
Then maybe he could think that the Magic Guild could help him, or one of the guilds.
Hang on.
What do you say? Fight well. This should be good.
What's going on?
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight.
What happened?
Not loading?
No. Some sort of action happened. Wait, there's enemies somewhere. What is going on? A vampire? Oh no! Oh no! I attacked the wrong person! Oh my gosh.
Run.
Yes, run. Oh my gosh. I have no healing, no nothing. What is going on? Oh my gosh. Almost died before this adventure started. I don't hopefully they don't follow me in here. Nothing.
Need to follow you in.
No. Oh wow, his eyes are glowy.
I will be
But there's nothing I can do about that, I guess. Give me a room.
This here's Candlehearth Hall. Great rooms upstairs. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Is this my room?
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I just need my room. Alright. Yeah. So obviously she's not going to show me to my room, but that's fine. I know where it is. Alright, I'm going to sleep until, it's 10:38 p.m., so I'm going to sleep until, let's just say 12 hours. No, let's say he's going to sleep until, let's say 20 hours. 21 hours? We'll say 20 hours. He's gonna stay in here until the day is almost done, because he does remember that vampires don't like the day, and he's worried about daylight and whatnot, but he needs to get to the shops when they're still open. And then he's gonna... You know, I still don't know where to even start with vampires. I know that guy from the Dawn Guard said, hey, we're looking for people to hunt down vampires, but he would want to stay away from vampire slayers at all costs. That would be a very dumb move for him to go to a group of vampire slayers.
Okay, I'm back.
I was just describing how someone from the Dawn Guard came to him. Oh, vampire blood boils. Ow.
Uh-oh. That's unfortunate.
What's it doing to me? Let's see what it's doing to me. Weakness to fire, weakness to sunlight. Do not recover while in sunlight and are reduced by 15 points. Okay.
This should be good.
Whoa. Whoa. What's going on? Guard was shooting at me.
That's
Probably because
so mad at you.
they think because they can probably tell I'm a vampire.
Maybe, yeah.
And it's time to go. I don't want to attack you. Ah. No.
But I'm a friendly
No.
vampire.
Wait, I forgot how to run. No. Well, this is great. How do I sell stuff if they know I'm a vampire? Yes, Mark of Wisdom, I know what really happened. Do you remember the role-playing part? He didn't realize he killed the guard. He was just swinging everywhere. He knows he may have injured her, but if they were really after him because of that, why didn't they go into the inn, etc., etc.? It's much more likely that he would think, God, they think I'm a vampire, and run.
Yeah.
Which is really bad now because now he's going to be afraid to go into any city. Whew. Oh, man. What am I going to do with him? I need to be able to go into a city. I think, okay, I'm trying to think about this realistically. He would say, you know what? Because obviously there were some vampires attacking. They're hypersensitive to vampires. That's why they know he's a vampire or whatnot. Maybe he can get to another city and sneak in or not draw attention to himself. Why am I loading screen so long? Mods.
Lots and lots of mods.
Mods. But honestly, I don't know. They're longer than usual. Crap. No. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. No, there were more guards outside.
Oh.
No?
But those guards really hate vampires.
Yeah, they do. No, no, don't die. Don't die.
You die.
Yeah.
Aww.
I was aiming for the water and I missed.
Aww.
And thus ends Malachi's... Well, poop. Okay, so it's really hard to be a vampire in this game and roleplay it.
Apparently.
Well, Malachi didn't live very long. So, I'll be back, folks.